Hey there, guys. Welcome back. We're back to 1908, and we have the Iron Man up here on the mound for you for the Giants. New York comes into this game. I'll show you here 2 games behind the Cubs in second place in the National League. And so we'll see if they can make up ground or not up against the Dubs, who are 9-12. Giants 15-6. Peaches Graham, first batter, rolls a 14 for 43. We talked yesterday about the lineup out of the hat. This might be an example of it. The Little League rolls a 15, changed to an 18. That's going to be an error. So at least Grahams makes first base. That'll bring up Claude Ritchie here against the Iron Man, Joe McGinnity. Rolls a 54 for a 45. Fly ball over to right field. Donlan's got that one away. Bill Dolan now rolls a 52 for a 27. That's a ground ball over to third. Devlin onto Doyle for 1, back onto first. Double play. We go to the bottom of the first inning. It's Roger Bresnahan for New York. He rolls a 43 for a 29. Ground ball back to Dorner. Throws to first. 1 away. Mike Donlan now rolls a 31 for an 8. That's a ground ball to short. It's Dolan who has it. Throws to first. 2 gone. Fred Tenney rolls a 25 for an 8. Ground ball, or fly ball rather, to center. Beaumont has it for the out. And we go to the top of the second inning. Here is Joe Kelly. Joe Kelly rolls a 62 for a 12. There's a Little E roll, and the roll is a 12 for a 20, so it's another error there on the Giants. This one is going to be on the second baseman Doyle. Kelly makes first. Here is Dan McGann with a runner on at first. He rolls a 36 for a 33. Here is a Little E roll. It's a 32 out of the range. Pop up over to the left side. It's going to be Devlin who has that for the out, 1 away. Johnny Bates is up. He rolls a 23 for a 32, fly ball right field, and it's going to be Donlan who has that for the out, 2 away. And here's Jack Hannafin hitting 375, big slugging percentage. He probably should be hitting higher in the lineup, and he rolls a 24 for a 13, strikes out. That's the end of that. Go to the bottom of the second. Sample size, I know you say, and that's me not paying attention to it. Here's Art Devlin. Rolls a 33 for a 7. That'll be a single to right, and that'll bring up, who is it? Larry Doyle now, runner on at first base. So here's Doyle, Devlin on at first. We'll do some hit and run. Rolls a 36 for a 33. That's the wrong thing to do. So it's a line drive over to the third baseman, Hannafin. He makes the grab and throws all the way over to first. McGann tags the bag. There's your double play, 2 away. Here's Spike Shannon. He rolls a 31 for a 14, and he takes his walk. Dorner gives up walk number 13 of the year against 15 strikeouts. And here's Al Bridwell. And Al rolls a 14 for a 43. Fly ball center field. It will be Beaumont who has that for the out. Now we go up to the top of the third, and it is Ginger Beaumont who starts this off. He rolls a 14 for a 43. Here is the Little E roll. It's a 35, so it's going to be out of the range. Fly ball left field. Left fielder Shannon has that for the out. 1 gone. Gus Dorner. He rolls a 63 for a 32. It'll be a fly over to the right field side. Donlan has that, 2 away, and it's Peaches Graham again. And Peaches rolls a 25 for an 8. So that's a single for Graham, who's hitting way over 300. He is, however, caught stealing because of the Little C. So we go to the bottom of the third inning. Cy Seymour it is. Seymour rolls an 11 for a 0. His next roll is a 34 for a 6. So that'll be a double, and that'll bring up McGinnity. Joe McGinnity, 0.56 average, so we're going to bunt with him. He rolls a 56 for a 34. Here is, however, the Little E roll. It's a 16, so it's within the range. Changed to 22. That's going to be an error on Dorner. So you throw wild to first. That'll be first and second on the air, and the sacrifice will be a sacrifice. And no time at bat charge to McGinnity. He is now the runner on at second base with Roger Bresnahan up there. Dorner, by the way, 3-0 in the season with an 0.88 ERA. It doesn't, nothing's added to it because that was unearned. Here's Bresnahan. Gotta love ERA. Bresnahan rolls a 23 for a 29. That's a ground ball over to the first baseman, McGann, who flips over to Dorner, covering at the bag, the pitcher for the out, 1 away. Mike Donlan up there now. Rolls a 34 for a 44. Here is that Little E roll, and it's an 11, so it's within the range. Changed to an 18. That'll be a ground ball to Dolan, the shortstop, and he boots it. Dolan makes first, and that's another error on the Doves. 2 errors so far, 2-0 Giants. Here's Fred Tenney. He rolls a 13 for a 14, and he walks, and that'll bring up Art Devlin. Runners on at first and second with 1 out, bottom of the third. Devlin rolls a 44 for an 8, so that's a ground ball to the left side, and Hannafin has it, throws to first. The runners move up. 2 gone, and here is Larry Doyle. And Doyle's roll is a 14 for a 43. Fly ball left field. It'll be Kelly who grabs that for the out. We'll go to the top of the fourth inning. 2-0 Giants on all those errors. Here's Claude Ritchie. Ritchie rolls a 45 for a 14. He'll take his base on the walk by McGinnity. So runner on at first for the Doves, and that brings up Bill Dolan. Ritchie is not particularly fast, so we won't do anything fancy with him. That's walk only number 10 given up by the Iron Man. And here is Dolan rolling an 11 for a 0. The next roll is a 35 for a 6. Chance at a home run. 32 the roll, out of the range. That'll be a 6 for a double. Makes runners on at second and third here for Joe Kelly. So the Doves are really threatening here, and here is Kelly, who's hitting 278, 409 on-base percentage, only 278 slugging. A lot of singles, some walks. Kelly rolls a 56 for 34, pop-up, shortstop, and Bridwell's got that one away. Here's Dan McGann. Rolls a 34 for a 44, fly ball to center field, not deep. Seymour has that. Ritchie cannot score. 2 gone. Here's Bates. And he rolls a 26 for a 30, so it's going to be a fly ball to left. Shannon has that, and we go to the bottom of the 4th, and McGinnity pitches out of that jam. This will bring up Spike Shannon to face Gus Dorner. Shannon rolls a 46 for a 29, comebacker to Gus, so he throws to first, 1 away. Here's Al Bridwell. He rolls a 56 for a 34. Little E roll is a 14 within the range. That's going to be changed to 21. That'll be an error on the first baseman, McGann. Error number 3 by the Doves, and here is Cy Seymour. Seymour rolls a 12 for a 25. It's a ground ball over to second. Ritchie has on a Dolan for 1. Back on to McGann at first for the twin killing. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Jack Hanifin for the Doves. And he rolls a 32 for a 26. Ground ball over to second. Doyle has the throws to first. 1 away. Ginger Beaumont rolls a 64 for a 29. Comebacker back to McGinnity. He throws to first. 2 gone. Gus Dorner rolls a 62 for a 12. That'll be a ground ball over to Tenney, who takes it to the first base bag himself. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. Joe McGinnity up there now for the Giants. 2-0 lead. He rolls a 46 for a 13 and strikes out. So that's 1 away. Here's Roger Bresnahan. And he'll roll a 25 for an 8. That's a ground ball to short. Dolan has it, throws to first. 2 gone. Here's Mike Dolan. He rolls a 14 for a 43. It'll be a fly ball over to left field, and it's going to be Kelly grabbing that for the out. And we go to the top of the 6th. Not many hits in this game. 2 hits for each side. 3 errors by the Doves, 2 by the Giants. Graham rolls a 16 for a 26. Ground ball to second, and it's Doyle who has it, throws to first. 1 away. Claude Ritchie up there. Rolls a 54 for a 45, fly ball to right field. Donlin has that one, a beat on it, 2 gone. Here's Bill Dolan. He rolls a 55 for an 8, and that's a single, but the little C will get him as he's caught trying to steal. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and it's Fred Tenney here for the Giants. So 2-0 it remains. 3 hits now for the Doves, but no runs. Tenney rolls a 62 for a 12. There's a little E roll. It's a 12, and so that'll be another error on the Doves. That will be on the third baseman, Hanifin, as he has a hard time handling that one. And that'll bring up Art Devlin, runner on at first. Tenney does not have the 11, so we won't chance it. And the roll is a 66 for a 0. The next roll, 42 for a 6. That'll be a double over first base, and that'll score the runner. That makes it 3-0 Giants. And here comes Larry Doyle, so here come the Giants. Doyle rolls a 12 for a 24, pop-up. Shortstop Dolan has that one, 1 away. Spike Shannon. Shannon rolls an 11 for a 7, single to right field. That'll score the runner. So the Giants' bats have come alive. They have 4 hits now, really coming alive. 4-0 New York. Here's Al Bridwell. He rolls a 43 for a 29. It's a comeback to Dorner. Turns around, throws to Dolan to get the lead runner. So there's 2 away now. And here's Cy Seymour. Seymour rolls a 42 for a 13 and strikes out. We'll go to the top of the 7th inning now. It's 4-0 Giants. And they look like they're on track to sort of finish this one up. McGinnity, 3.38 ERA, 280 batted against average, so he's not the man he once was this season. Here is Joe Kelly. He rolls a 63 for a 31. Fly ball over to center. Seymour's got it, 1 away. Talk about McGinnity singing yesterday, I'm not the man I used to be. But that's about, 60-some-odd years in the future, 55 or so. Here's Dan McGann. Rolls a 13 for a 14 and takes his base against Joe McGinnity, who I might add is now a D pitcher. Here is Johnny Bates now against him. And he rolls a 13 for a 14. That'll be a ball. Next rolls a 33 for a 7. That's a single to right center. McGann will stop at second. That'll bring up Jack Hanifin now with only 1 out. And Hanifin, his average now fallen to 300 as he's 0 for 2 today. He rolls a 42 for a 30, so it's going to drop more. It's a fly ball to Shannon and left. He's got it for the out, 2 away. Here's Ginger Beaumont. He rolls a 14 for a 43. Fly ball left field again. Same person. Shannon has it. We go to the bottom of the 7th. So the Doves have a chance, but do not score. Don't move anybody. Here's Joe McGinnity, the pitcher. Rolls a 56 for a 34. Little E rolls a 22, so it's right on that line. That ends up being changed to an error on McGann as the ball is hit over to him, and he drops it. McGinnity on at first. Here's Roger Bresnahan, who rolls a 26 for a 22 and is hit by the pitch. Runners on at first and second now for Mike Donlin. Donlin, of course, is going to swing away. Rolls a 23 for a 32 fly ball to right field, and Bates has that for the out, 1 away. Fred Tenney. Tenney rolls a 22 for a 7. That'll be a single to left field, and McGinnity's thrown out at home, and Bresnahan goes to third. Tenney ends up on second base on that throw. So 2 away, runners on at second and third. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th, 4-0 Giants. Here's Art Devlin. And he rolls a 63 for a 31. Fly ball over to Beaumont in center for the out, and that ends the inning. New York with another good chance there, and they don't get anything out of it. We go to the top of the 8th. Here is Gus Dorner. Dorner rolls a 15 for a 9. That's a single over short, and that'll bring up Peaches Graham. Hit number 5 for the Doves. The Doves looking to get something done. Graham today, of course, is 1 for 3. Had that single where he was thrown out trying to steal. He rolls a 64 for a 13 and strikes out. 1 away. Here's Claude Ritchie. He rolls a 41 for a 28. Ground ball shortstop. It's Bridwell throws to first as Dorner moves to second. 2 gone. Bill Dolan. He rolls a 35 for a 39. And that's going to be the runner tries to steal third base and is thrown out. So that's going to be a good throw by Bresnahan, getting him over to Devlin, who puts down the tag. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and it'll be Larry Doyle for the Giants. Doyle rolls a 65 for a 35. Foul ball to the left side. Hannafin has that, 1 away. Spike Shannon now rolls a 54 for 45. Little E rolls a 36 out of the range. Fly ball to right field. Bates has that, 2 gone. And here's Al Bridwell. Al rolls a 33 for a 7. That's a single to right. Hit number 6 for the Giants, only the 11th hit of the ball game. And here is Cy Seymour. And Seymour rolls a 24 for a 13 and strikes out. And we go to the top of the 9th. Here it is, and here it comes. Bill Dolan for the Doves. Last chance. He rolls a 35 for 39, changed to 37. That'll be a strike. Next rolls a 13 for a 14. So McGinnity's given up another walk, given up 3 today. All of them were with the bases empty. That brings up Joe Kelly. He rolls a 53 for a 17, changed to an 18. That's going to be an error on the shortstop, Bridwell, and that puts Dolan all the way over on third base. Kelly goes to first, so that's an error on the Giants. They have their 5th. Doves have had 5. Dan McCann now rolls a 55 for an 8. Single to right field, that'll score 1. Kelly goes around to third, and it's a 4-1 ball game. Here comes Johnny Bates. He rolls a 24 for 13. That's a strikeout, 1 gone. Jack Hannafin, now the batter, utility man, in the lineup for reasons unbeknownst to me, probably because I thought he was hitting well. Rolls a 65 for 35. It's a little E. It's a 46 is the roll. That's a foul ball behind first base, and it's actually Doyle, the second baseman, running back there to grab that. 2 away. Ginger Beaumont now, and McGinnity doesn't have the strikeout, but he's hoping to get the win. And it's a 42 for a 13, and that does it. So strikeout number 4, recorded by McGinnity, and Beaumont has struck out, and that does it. So Ginger Beaumont ends up 0 for 4. Doves fall in this one. Giants win 4-1. Not much of a surprise, and we'll see what happens. The Giants need the Cubs to slip a little bit. There you go. Final score 4-1. Talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.